Do you think, just from your standpoint and where you stand, do you think it may change businesses or people, how they take on care or how they take on Medicare or any other, even just any other ones? Do you think that'll affect their decision in terms of business, like how they operate in a business, or like, do you think that'll change, or do you think that'll stay the same?
You're talking about from like an agency business standpoint or a consumer? You're on
Well,
business.
I guess for both, like, like I know people like, I'm from New York City, and like a lot of New Yorkers are like reliant on their jobs that have health care and health benefits. Do you think like that will change in terms of what's happening? Because, I think a lot of us, not me particularly, but a lot of people, especially in the city or like maybe anywhere else, rely on their jobs for the health care, like just the 401k or like Medicare or like whatever benefits they're getting from that. Do you think like if that is changing, or if they're uncertain, do you think that'll affect people's jobs or like staying in businesses like that?
Yeah, and you're asking great questions, Josh. I keep saying
Yes.
that's a great question, or interesting question. That's another one because it's we actually just started a strategic partnership with an organization in Missouri that does a lot of employee benefits. They have over 1.2 million Americans that they provide employee benefits to, and about 60,000 of those are over the age of 65. So they're still working. They're over the age of 65. They're eligible for Medicare benefits, but they typically are still staying on their employer group plans, which in those scenarios, it costs the employer more money than it would cost for that person to go on an individual Medicare plan. It also costs the consumer. So we've created some strategic partnerships and initiatives to educate business owners, small business owners, and then the consumers, the value of Medicare Advantage plans by sharing that, hey, it's a zero premium. So if you, as a small business owner with 100 employees or less, if you take your 3 or 4 employees that are over the age of 65 and remove them from your group plan, the premium for you as a business owner will go down. The premium for all your other employees will go down, and your employees that go on an individual Medicare Advantage plan typically are going to get better benefits on that individual plan than they had on the group benefits. So it's really a scenario where a lot of people win. And I think, as I was saying earlier, like the future of Medicare is a little blurry. For us at Care Connect Advisors, that's an important strategy, and we're focused on that. We're scaling that right now. We have 2 strategic partnerships in place, and we're adding others because we look at that as a sales opportunity for the future for us as an agency and a business, and all of our agents that work with us. Then from the consumer standpoint, for me, doing this for as long as I have, it's really important for Care Connect Advisors. I want to brand our agency as the agency for people that are turning 65 and starting Medicare, for you to come to us, lean on us, lean on my expertise. All the agents that work for Care Connect, all my downline infrastructure. We are experts in helping people navigate and the complex waters of Medicare, because it's complex. There's a lot of moving parts to it, and we make it simple. And we want all Americans to know, hey, when you turn 65, come find Care Connect Advisors at careconnectadvisors.com. Come to us, and we'll help you do the needs analysis, identify what your personal needs are from a provider standpoint, from a medication standpoint, from a health standpoint, and then choose the right plan.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, Neil, is that I've been around New York City for, I've been coming to the city my whole life, especially just the city. And I've been obviously around the world. And it's funny is I'm noticing that, when you talk about healthcare and just how to take care of yourself, it's such a touchy subject, because it's just like, there's people out there, like, especially the older generation, that are, they're scared of, getting these health issues, and they have these things going on. And now it's actually affecting the younger generation, where like, oh my God, I'm scared to get these things, and I need to be on some health benefits. And it's like kind of wild to me just how much it's such a, and I think what's cool about you is that you've made it such a very simple process, but also a very, exciting thing, rather than just something that's supposed to be really scary and like very complicated. You know what I mean? And so I kind of appreciate more about you than it's just the idea that, like, yes, I'm going to be safe, but also it's kind of made to be easy, and the process it can be very simple. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's really cool what you're doing with helping a lot of these people, because a lot of us, I'm not particularly scared about it, but I know a lot of friends and family and people around me are always scared about what they're going to get and their future, and they're always worried, and they're always scared about what that's going to happen to them. You know what I mean? So I find that's really important what you're doing, I think.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that and
Yeah.
recognizing that. And you're right. I think that it is important. One of the things in terms of doing what I've done for so long, and when I was a sales agent, I personally helped over 2,000 Americans choose the right Medicare plan for them. And one thing that resonated with me that's like I'll never forget, like the people that I met with, those 2,000 people that I helped during that time, and I met with more than 2,000, obviously 2,000 who I enrolled, but to make 2,000 clients, you have to talk to 4,000, 5,000 people.
Right.
Um, one thing that just always stood out to me is that the people that were healthy, that exercised, had a good diet, and took supplements and vitamins. They were
Mm.
consistent and focused on taking their daily vitamins and their supplements. I met people that were in their 80s that looked like they were in their 60s.
Oh
It
my
just
God.
it
Yeah.
just it just always resonated with, like, man, those people just they live a healthy lifestyle, and they look 10 or 15 years younger. And then there was many people that I would meet in their 60s, and they were taking 5 or 6 different medications, and they looked like they were 80,
I
and
know.
and they were frail and they were fragile. And that just always stuck with me. I started, like I said, started with Humana in '97, so I was young, and that just always kind of stayed with me. And because of that, I've always maintained a healthy lifestyle. I work out 5 days a week. I have a good diet. I take my vitamins, my supplements. And like, I'm 56 today. I don't take any
Wow.
medication for blood pressure or cholesterol or nothing. I'm all pretty good there, knock on
Yeah.
wood. Um, and yeah, it's just,